Welcome to the podcast of Philippe, everyone. Today we're going to be doing a deep dive on, well, you know how sometimes you just get so much information thrown at you and it's like impossible to really process it all?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like drinking from a fire hose sometimes.
Right. Well, that's what we're looking at today. Specifically, the discover function in this thing called NotebookLM.
Yeah, NotebookLM.
And how it can use AI to summarize just tons of information.
Like cutting through all the noise to get you the good stuff.
Exactly. We're going to be drawing from a lot of interesting discussions about AI and academic research.
How researchers are using it,
And then also how it's being used in the business world, for making decisions.
So much data out there.
So much data. So our mission today, if you will, is to really understand
Like get to the bottom of it.
how AI-powered summarization can change the way we think about information.
Make us more efficient.
Totally. And maybe even help us uncover insights we might have missed otherwise.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Okay, so let's jump right in with this whole AI and academic research thing.
Okay, let's do it.
So, research tools are changing so fast.
It's crazy.
And AI is like at the forefront of it.
Yeah.
Like Scopus AI, for example.
Scopus.
Yeah, you can search using just normal language, like you're talking to someone.
Oh, wow. So you don't need to use all those,
Exactly. All those Boolean operators and all that jazz.
That's super cool.
And then they have this Copilot feature, too, that can actually help refine your searches.
Oh, wow. It's like having a research assistant built in.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And what's really interesting is that AI is not just limited to these, dedicated platforms anymore.
Oh, you mean it's...
It's everywhere. Literally integrated into the tools researchers use every single day.
Give me an example.
Okay, so think about browser extensions.
Okay.
Like SciSpace and Scite.
Mm-hmm.
Those can give you instant analysis on research papers.
Wow, that's handy.
Right. And even PDF readers.
Like Adobe.
Yeah, or the Google Scholar PDF reader. That one has this cool thing called AI Plan.
Haven't heard of that.
Yeah, it's pretty slick. And then you've got word processors like Kenya SciSpace AI Writer, Jenny AI Writer.
So many.
All incorporating AI to suggest relevant literature and even help you write.
That is wild.
It's the future. And then, of course, you can't forget about all the GPT plugins for ChatGPT.
Oh, yeah, those are super popular.
Like Consensus GPT, Dimensions, Research, GPT Scholar AI, just to name a few.
So what are those doing?
Basically letting researchers hand off those initial literature review steps to AI.
Interesting.
It's all about, saving time and focusing on the actual research.
Right, I get it.
There's this company, Clarivate. You probably know them. They're behind Web of Science.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of them.
They have this great, quote, intelligent discovery to reclaim research time.
I like that.
Right. It really captures this whole trend.
Yeah, for sure. So it seems like researchers these days, they want those literature reviews done fast.
Oh, absolutely. There have been some surveys by SciSpace and Research Solutions, and it's clear that speed is a huge factor.
And younger researchers especially are all about it.
Makes sense. They're digital natives.
Right. They grew up with all this tech.
Exactly. And that's actually why Elsevier is focusing on them with Scopus AI.
Oh, that makes sense.
So for people who are maybe diving into a new field of study or, they don't know all the right jargon, yet these AI tools can be like game changers.
Yeah, like a cheat code almost.
Kind of. You see, they use something called semantic search and natural language processing.
So explain that to me like I'm 5.
Okay. So
Yeah.
basically, instead of just matching keywords, it tries to actually understand what you mean.
Ah, okay, that makes sense.
Like you can search for concepts even if you don't know the exact terms.
That's really cool.
Right. Experts like Aaron Tay and MCon have talked a lot about this and how valuable it is.
So it's like AI is actually reading your mind a little bit.
Kind of. It's figuring out what you're really looking for. Wow. But I bet not all researchers are super excited about all this AI stuff.
You're right. Some of the more experienced researchers, they're a little bit more cautious,
Like they're thinking, hold on a second.
Exactly. A good example is Elicit.
Okay.
They specifically say that the results from their AI should just be a starting point,
So don't take it as gospel.
Right? You still need to evaluate everything yourself.
That's important.
It is. And it's interesting to see that platforms like Scopus AI and Web of Science Research Assistant, they've actually kept their AI-powered discovery features.
Discovery in quotes.
Yeah, separate from their regular search functionalities.
So you can choose how you want to search?
Right. Like some people want to be very specific with their search.
I need this exact paper.
Exactly. And then others are more like exploring a broader area.
I just want to see what's out there.
Yep. And get this, studies actually show that researchers find relevant information more often through browsing than through targeted searching.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah, which is pretty surprising, I think.
Right.
It is. Okay, so let's shift gears a little bit and talk about AI for decision-making and summarizing, but like in a more general business context.
Yeah, let's do that.
So when we talk about AI decision-making tools, we're basically talking about software that uses these fancy algorithms.
Fancy algorithms.
Right, to learn from data, analyze it, find patterns.
Yeah.
And then hopefully help solve problems.
Make better decisions.
Exactly. And they're really good at spotting trends that might be important, like changes in how consumers are behaving.
Super valuable stuff.
Right. So when you're looking at these AI tools for decision support, there are some key things to keep in mind.
Like what?
Obviously, strong data analysis capabilities are crucial.
Got to have that.
Right. And the ability to be accurate and catch errors in the data.
You don't want to be basing decisions on bad data.
No way. And of course, you need to be sure it complies with all those data privacy regulations.
Super important these days.
For sure. And more people are looking for tools that can actually generate reports or even case studies.
Right.
And that can be used by different teams and individuals within a company.
Flexibility is key.
Absolutely. So ClickUp is a good example of a tool that does all of this.
Oh, yeah. I've heard of them.
Yeah, they have this AI assistant called ClickUp Brain.
Interesting name.
Right. And it can help you find information across your projects.
Okay.
Help with writing, create summaries of project updates, and even translate documents if you're working with people in other countries.
Wow. So it's like a multi-tool.
Yeah, pretty much. But what's really cool about ClickUp are its summarization features.
Tell me more.
Okay, so it can take meeting transcripts and condense them into the key points.
So you don't have to listen to the whole thing.
Exactly. It can create task lists from the important info that was discussed.
Super helpful.
It can summarize these long project discussion threads.
Oh my gosh, those can be a nightmare to scroll through.
I know, right? And it can automate the generation of regular summaries.
Sounds like a huge time saver.
It is. And like I mentioned, it handles language translation too.
Very cool.
So basically, you can summarize all kinds of different content types within ClickUp. You can add little summary blocks to your documents so you get a quick overview.
I like that.
It can even pull out actionable items that need attention.
Nice.
And you can access all of this on your phone.
Very convenient.
Super convenient. Now, ClickUp isn't the only game in town.
Of course not.
There are tons of other AI tools out there for data analysis and visualization.
Give me some examples.
So you've got Athenic IA, Baseboard Consulting, AI Finally IA, HAL 9.
Okay, those are all new to me.
Yeah, there's a lot. IntelliBase, ChartSykes, Smarter Sales.
Wow.
They all have their own strengths and weaknesses,
Right.
And then if you're specifically looking to generate AI-powered case studies,
Okay.
ClickUp can do that too.
They really do it all.
They do. But you also have Galaxy IA, Gravity Write, Junia, Narado.io, StoryDoc, Easy Peasy, IA.
That's a lot of options.
It is, and it's only going to get more crowded, I think. So as we wrap up this deep dive, it's clear that AI, and specifically features like NotebookLM's Discover, have the potential to really change how we approach information.
Like fundamentally change it.
Yeah. It's an incredibly powerful way to quickly get up to speed on complex topics.
Become an expert in no time.
Almost.
Yeah.
But it's important to remember that, even with all this amazing technology, critical thinking is still so important.
Oh, for sure. You can't just blindly trust the AI.
Right. Summaries are great for getting the big picture.
Like the gist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you still need to engage with the original material and form your own understanding.
Do your own thinking.
Exactly. So that leaves you with this thought.
Okay, get me.
As AI-powered summarization becomes more and more common in our lives.
Like it's inevitable.
Right. How will it change the way we learn and gain knowledge?
That's a big question.
It is. And what role will your own curiosity and your own critical thinking continue to play in this new world of information?
Something to ponder for sure.
Definitely. So we encourage you to check out some of these AI tools.
Play around with them.
See how they might fit into your own workflows.
For research, for decision making.
Whatever you're doing.
It's really fascinating stuff.
It is. And if you enjoyed this deep dive,
this exploration,
please subscribe to Le Podcast de Philippe on YouTube.
Yeah, help us hit that 1,000 subscriber goal.
We'd really appreciate it. Thanks for joining us.
Always a pleasure.